Alright guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to change out the two cabin air filters in this 2018 E400. This is my wife's car. We bought this car when it was new, and I've done this quite a few times, and I didn't think to upload a video until now. It's a bit tricky, especially the interior cabin filter. The car actually carries two air filters. Mercedes wanted to make sure that the air getting into the cabin was purified, so they put two filters in that circuit before it went through into the HVAC system. The first air filter is really simple to get to, and it lives right under this panel right here. To get to that filter, you want to just turn these two fasteners, plastic fasteners, and lift the entire piece out, and the actual filter lives right here under this panel. And to remove it is very simple. All you have to do is just pull it right here on either end, just pull it towards you, it'll pivot up, and there's the filter right there. And to get it out, there's actually a line of hinges here that you have to just walk it out of the hinges, and then the filter will actually pop out, or you can just pivot it and pull the filter out. This is a brand new one that I installed, and this literally takes a couple of minutes, as you saw. So that one is simple. The other air filter, which is the one on the inside of the car, is quite a bit more tricky, and unfortunately requires a bit more time. Let me get my flashlight or LED light to kind of help. The way these cars are made, the interiors are so nicely finished that you have no choice but to remove quite a few items. The first thing that I recommend you do is the rubber seal for the door, which sits right here on the door frame. Peel this thing back to about right here and just lay it to the side. Okay, and then the next thing that I do is I remove I remove this piece of trim which goes alongside the door into the fuse panel rocker. So this guy lives basically right in here like this. So the way to remove this is it has to be removed from these metal clips that are in the door sill, and all you have to do is pull up towards you. Just pull up with a little bit of force and they'll come out, and this whole panel will come out in one complete piece. Depending on how many times it's been removed, it could be a bit stubborn, but it'll come out because it's just a friction fit. So after that's done, then I remove the carpet which sits in here. There's two clips here, and the tricky part of the whole thing is getting this panel out. So this panel right here, it has the light, and also it has a sensor as well that needs to be unplugged. So here's the light right here, and then there's a sensor right here that needs to be unplugged. Here is the harness for the sensor that needs to be unplugged, and the harness for the light is right here. So make sure and unplug these two guys. And the way to get this out is you actually have to unscrew two T20 screws right here. Okay, these two T20 screws sit respectively at the top of the panel right here and also right there. Okay, and the panel itself, when it's installed, is basically going to sit like this, facing down towards the carpet. And once those two screws are removed, again, the two screws are right at either end. Once those two screws are removed and you've unplugged the two harness plugs, you pull this down. Now be careful now, because there is a little hooked piece here on the actual panel that you have to remove, and then kind of maneuver this piece out away so that this clip piece can come free. Once that happens, then you can pull the whole thing down and it'll come down to the carpet. It's a tight fit, but once it is pulled down, you take it out and remove it, and then the cabin filter, you'll see it sits right here in this particular slot right here. The cabin filter, you can't miss it because it'll have this green door that is, let me get some light. This green door will be visible and it'll be right here, like that. And once you slide the opener for the door, the whole thing will come down, and then you pull the whole filter down towards you. So that's how you actually pull the cabin filter down. The cabin filter will only fit one way, and it is, let me show you the new filter. Here's the new filter. The way the new filter, or the way the filters are actually oriented inside the housing, it actually fits in this orientation. Again, it's a bit tight going in, so take your time. And there's actually an arrow that tells you the direction of airflow, as you can see. So you want that arrow pointing towards the passenger seat, so it'll be oriented like this, with that corner on towards the right hand side of the car. And then you just kind of ease this into that opening, and then do everything is just a reverse of what you just removed. So I hope that helps. It does take a bit of time. Unfortunately, it's a little bit of more involved than typically what you would see on a little bit older cars, but once you've done it once or twice, it's not too bad. So I hope this video helps, and let me know if you have any questions, and feel free to subscribe and like. Thanks.